Hello everyone and welcome back. Day 6 and lesson 6 of our tutorial. Now before I get into the lesson, I just want to share something with you. I got a call from a company this morning. I mean, I get this very often, more often than I'd like to. And what happened was they've set up a separate small business, which is really an excellent idea that they have. And the whole idea is based on an app. And what they did was they outsourced development of that app to some company in another country. I'm not going to mention which country. And the app came back and they did a soft launch and they found that there's a whole range of issues with that app. And unfortunately for them, they can't get the guys that developed it originally to help them for whatever reason. I didn't even ask. So they asked me if there's something that I can do, or if I can put them onto some developer that can help them out. Now this got me thinking about advice that I always give to entrepreneurs that are starting up a business, especially one that's based on an app or a website. And the advice is this: don't ever outsource that development to anyone. Number one, the cost will kill you. And secondly, they'll kill your idea. I mean, development companies will develop something in the most efficient way, and that's not necessarily the best thing for your app or for your business. You want to develop something that's unique to the market, something that's unique to you. So my advice to anybody that has an idea, A, either teach yourself to code and develop the app yourself, or B, partner with somebody that knows development, somebody that can develop the app, so you and your co-founder can work together to develop this solution. Never ever outsource it. It's an absolute disaster. Now, moving on to today's lesson, I just want to thank you guys for the questions that you've been asking, and it really gave me an opportunity to engage and to see where you need help. And what I've done is, and this is general practice in our IT Varsity courses, what I've done is I've taken the questions that I've been getting from you and I've put them into the page, the one where you see the list of all the videos on the IT Varsity website. I've put it in the form of tips. So if you go to lesson 5, yesterday's lesson, just below the video, you'll see a section there that says tips. Now the tips are based on common issues that people have been having and my responses to those issues. So if you're having an issue, go and have a look at the tips. I think 9 out of 10 chances you'll find the solution to the challenge you're facing in the tips. But if you're still facing a challenge, don't hesitate. Reach out either in the comments on social media or on YouTube or even on our website. Awesome. So let's move on to what we are doing today. Now, yesterday we managed to add an image to our page, and I hope that you've experimented, that you've added some other images also. But if you didn't, that's what we're going to do today. So today we're going to add more images and we're going to resize those images. So let's get down to it. Okay, going back to our browser, just to recap what we've done. Yesterday we uploaded this beautiful image up into our new page. Now the next thing we're going to do is to add another image. So let's go back to our code and add a new image tag. So that will be open angle bracket img src is equal to, and then you click on the images folder, and this time we'll put the globe image, / and close angle bracket. Let's save this, Control S, and hit refresh in our browser. Back in the browser, refresh, and there we go. Our image is there, nice and pretty. The next thing we're going to look at is to resize our images. Now, to resize images is actually very easy. What we do is, right there where you put in the close angle bracket, of the image name, or the source of the image, you can use the width and height attributes. So for example, if I put in width equals 100, that will be 100 pixels. Alright, when I save this and refresh in the browser, see what happens. Back in the browser, refresh, and my image is gone a whole lot smaller because this one now has a width of 100 pixels. This is what a 100 pixel width looks like on screen. Let's make it a little bigger. 300 pixels. Save, refresh, and there we go. Now you can also use the height attribute. You can use either width or height or both. Now using both is not always a good idea, and I'll show you why. Let's say I put in a height attribute of 100. Okay, so the width I've set to 300 and the height to 100. Now when you're using these, just be very careful of the spellings. Alright, let's save this and head back to the browser. Back in the browser, refresh, and see what happened. Our globe got squashed. Why did it get squashed? It's simply because I changed the proportions of the image. The width is 300 here and the height is 100. So what I've done is, by adding the width and height properties, I've altered the proportions of the image, and in doing so I ruined it. And that's why I say it's wise to use either width or height, but never both. So let's delete the width attribute and stick with just height for now. Again, save it, back in the browser, refresh, and there we go. There's a height of 100 pixels. Now I could go bigger. Let's make the height to 300. Save this, back in the browser, refresh, and there we go. So you can make your image to whatever width and height you want. That is how you adjust the size of your images. Now in the future, we're not going to adjust width and height, or the sizes of your images in this way. We're going to use something called style sheets, but we'll explore that when we come to it. Awesome.